Hey everybody, this is Christopher Small, the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Today, I want to talk to you about how to handle grumpy beneficiaries in a probate. Before I get to that, I want to remind you, if you have anything, any questions, or need any help related to anything estate planning or probate related, you can go to probatemeeting.com, set up a time to talk with us over the phone for free, probatemeeting.com. All right, first things first, if you're watching this on video, you may notice that I'm someplace that looks really nice. I'm in California right now, I'm on vacation, but I just had to talk about this thing because we're going through some of this right now with a couple clients, and it's important because it's something that is very stressful, can take a lot out of you if you're the personal representative or the executor of an estate, and I wanted to give you a couple of tips in case that is you. So, if you know, when you open a probate, typically somebody's put in charge. That person's name is called the personal representative. They're called the executor, and they are in charge, sort of on a high level of pulling together all of the assets, figuring out what all of the debts are, paying all of the debts, and then distributing all of the assets to the beneficiaries, right, or to the heirs, whoever that is named in the will. That's what or the trust. That's what they're supposed to do. And sometimes, because of past relationships, because of some people are just grumpy, really. You can have troublesome beneficiaries, and thinking and figuring out how to deal with them can be tough. So I wanted to give you a couple of suggestions to work through this, okay? Suggestion number one is to try your best to just really be nice, answer their questions, deal with them as best you can. Like there's the saying, you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar, and that applies here too. A lot of times when people are appointed to be the personal representative, they want to step in and assert their power and say, this is the way it's going, I'm in charge, just listen to me. When in fact that just makes things worse, because it makes the other person defensive, it gets the other person all sort of worked up, and then you need to figure out how to take care of things. So if you can sometimes just say, I understand that you're feeling this way, I understand that you're thinking these things, like I'm going to show you that this is all going to go smoothly. You can ask me whatever questions you want. I'm going to give you all the information that you need, and then we're going to go from there. Okay? That's sort of the first thing that you can do. The second thing that you can do is to really just make sure that you're overly communicative. So when something comes up, let everybody know before they have to ask. When something needs to be distributed out, let them know before they have to ask. If you keep people in the loop and keep them informed, thanks, Moses. It is a sweet pool. It's warm too. It's nice. If you keep people informed, they are less likely to get grumpy. They're less likely to throw a fit. They're less likely to sort of become troublesome, even more troublesome in the future. And then the last thing that you can do, if you hire an attorney, is you can just tell them, hey, don't talk to me. Go talk to the lawyer. We tell that to clients all the time, particularly if beneficiaries become hostile, if they start calling names, if they sort of become irrational and just won't stop, then we're trained professionals. We're trained at handling grumpy people. You can send all your grumpy people to us, and we will deal with them. We'll talk to them. And the cool thing is, sort of the good thing is that we will employ the techniques that I already talked about. But because we don't have that familiar relationship, it's also a little bit easier for us to say, hey, it's time for you to be respectful to everyone. We're being respectful to you. And often that will be heard from us, whereas it might not be heard from family members sometimes just because of history and things like that. So the third way to do that is have an attorney working for you that you can sort of dump that on, okay? Which is why we're here. All right, that's it. So having grumpy beneficiaries, while not too common, it does happen, and it's easy for it to happen. Past relationships and sort of the roles that we play in our family can bring that on. There are some ways to deal with it, and I just outlined those. So hopefully that helped. If it does, then that's great. And as always, if you like this video or this podcast or wherever you're listening to this, hit the like button, show some love. If you have a question or comment, please leave it. And if you know someone needs to hear this, please share it with them. And if you need help with probate, you can go to probatemeeting.com, set up a time to talk with us over the phone for free, probatemeeting.com. As always, I am Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well, Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you